going live on YouTube. We're going to keep the actual thing to 20 minutes, but I do have to set things up. We're a two-person show. Jen is the one that does a lot of stuff for me, but besides that, I do most of the stuff. So hang out with me for just a minute, and let's get this thing going across all of the different places people can find us. Okay, Facebook. Okay, 5-day challenge. Day 2. One more place to share it. Actually, 2 more places to share it. It's so interesting what's going on these days. Message me if you want some information about what Jen and I are finding, stuff that we can't even post these days because of all the censorship. So just message me if you want, and I can send you something over email that's actually starting today. Some friends of ours that are doing something really big. So let me know if you want that. I'll leave it at that. But you gotta private message me and then tell me what email to send it to. Okay. Oh, where'd that go? Oh, here we go. Let's go like that. How come it's not going? Well, that's not working. I think we're pretty good. Let's just go check and see how we're doing here. There it is. Let's share this like this. Page. You know, so many people want really good things in life, right? But there's some bits of stuff in the physical world you got to do too. It's like you can't just wish it or pray it. You got to do it too. So we're in the doing part. All right, so I think we are set. It's on YouTube. I'll just go grab one more thing. Sorry about that. There it is. There it is. Okay, so if you're on YouTube, subscribe. If you're on Facebook, join the group. Let's see who's on today. All right, Mike, awesome. Hola. Yeah, oh, thank you. Thank you. I am recording this. Thank you. Yes. Okay, so I'm recording it. You can click the little button to panelists and attendees on the bottom if you're on Zoom. And if you want everybody to see it, or you can just send it straight to me. And let's see who's on live. A mighty group. All right, Katika, I think I'm saying that right. Katie, Mike, Linda, yay. Okay, so here's what we did. So yesterday, so here we go. So 7:05. So we're gonna go 20 minutes. That's my commitment so that everybody can have a good time. All right, hey Mike. So here's the thing. Yesterday, so we're using a process that's what I found to be the best, biggest, fastest, most accessible healing practice that I've found in 35 years. And I use a lot of stuff, but this one is great because you can actually do it for yourself and you can teach it to your clients and your friends and your family. We used it with Ben to help him get over a fear that he was dealing with a couple of years ago, and it works. So, but you got to be able to do it. And so you got to actually want to do it. You got to actually take the time to do it. So yesterday we went into getting your journal and then scripting out your life and writing down what you want, your vision of life. And we've all probably done stuff like that, vision boards and stuff. And then what we did was we went in and noticed what was happening in our body, and then stayed with that hopefully till it cleared. And you can use the recording over and over again, so that yeah, I'm still recording, so that you can if it doesn't go clear, where it's like you no longer feel the feeling that's in your body, then you can use my words of what's happening in your body, where is it, follow it, stay with it, and it'll clear, the feeling will clear. And what's cool is your vision starts to actually become a reality. You see all sorts of synchronous events. You see money. We've seen money come in for ourselves and our family and for others. I had one client, I'm working so much more with entrepreneurs now, although I still help people, of course, with all sorts of chronic health conditions. And but the entrepreneurs one that was so really cool, that a bunch of them, they just had all this money pop in. And one had was stuck at $3,000 a month for a long time, and then had $8,000 pop in that day doing this technique. And then so she was like, Ralph, what are you doing? And she signed up for some sessions, and in the first month she made $21,000. And of course you can't guarantee that. I can't guarantee anybody's going to get that. I haven't got that kind of result for myself, although it has improved our money. And I'm saying that because money is a very powerful motivator. And that's what a lot of people really, really, really need and want right now, because it provides safety and value, and it does stuff for us, right? So and then she, for 3 months now, she's been with me, and she's averaging $21,000 a month. Was stuck at $3,000 a month for years. So this is a powerful technique. But the thing is, you got to do it. And if you do it very precisely, it works really big. And if you do it kind of like loosely, like, okay, I'm going to feel my feeling, and it's like in my area here, and I'm going to notice it, but I'm also going to think of this, and I'm going to think of that, and it doesn't work as well. But if you can do it like we did it yesterday, and look at the recording again, it's in your email. If you're on our list, well, if you're on our list, you're here. If you're on our list, if you're on Zoom, you go and you feel the feeling precisely. And so yesterday we did the vision, and you stick with the vision, and then you go into your body and you notice what's happening. So that's yesterday. Now today, there's an interesting phenomenon. So you take your manual, your journal, your paper, and you can write down your plan. So you write down your plan of what you're actually going to do to get this reality to happen. And you just brainstorm and just write it all out. And then you can put a little dot. If you get a magic marker, like a green dot, is what I like to think of them as green dots, or you can circle the ones that look like that one actually would make something happen. And you circle the ones that are like, these would be things that could actually get this vision that you want in place. And then you commit to doing this vision. So you write down your plans. You've got all this brainstorm of what I want to do in life, like how I'm going to get to this vision. You got the vision yesterday. We cleared stuff that was in the way of it. And then what's the plan? And so you get the plan and you start to circle it. And then you start to like come down to like, what's the things to do this month? What's the things to do this month? So make sure you put little monthly ones down. And then what's the thing to do this week? And maybe put weekly ones down. And then what is the thing to do today? And with that, you should have like one thing, maybe two, at the most 3 things to do today that actually would help you get to where you want to go. Because we all have stuff that we do, checking Facebook, doing laundry, watching another Netflix. We all have stuff that we do, but which ones of those things actually could help you get to what you want to do? And of course, use the ones that give you a lot of leverage that could make a big difference. So it starts to get very real. Now, when that happens, sometimes, so think about it for a minute. So go ahead and let's go right to it without a lot of explanation. But this makes sense, right? To like have an actual plan. So write down a few things, and you can write down more later of what you would want to do to get your result. And you'll get more and more stuff. And I keep my journal close to me a lot. It's like it's with me, and I'll get ideas and I'll write them down. So I don't forget. And then I'll go through and I'll circle them and go, okay, what's today? What am I going to do tomorrow? It's like, oh, I'm going to do this one thing is the most important thing, and then 2, and then 3 things. And then you schedule it in to actually do it, and then you do it. Now, when you think of what you need to do right now, as you kind of think about, okay, what would make it where I could have more likely chance of getting my vision? When you think of actually doing it, the plan, the work, the stuff that you would need to do in order to have some kind of result that you want, when you think of actually doing it, how does that feel? And does it bring up any angst? You know, who would you have to meet with? Who would you need to talk to? What would you need to do? How could you put yourself out there? What are some of the uncomfortable things that you might need to do? When you think of actually doing it, what happens in your body? Yeah, so I'll be doing my part here to help with the healing. Of course, God's doing what God does. And go inside your body. And now that you've thought of what it would actually take to get this thing to happen for you, and your commitment to like, okay, I'm going to actually do it. Like, you know, if you kind of like think, well, these would be things that are nice to do, but you don't commit to actually doing it, it doesn't bring up any angst. It's like, but when you say, okay, I'm actually going to call that guy, I'm actually going to put this thing out there, I'm actually going to try to sell something, I'm actually going to talk to somebody about money, I'm actually going to do this thing and actually going to do it today. When you think of thinking about that, does it bring up any angst? There you go. And now go inside your body. You're doing great. You guys are doing great. I feel it. Go inside your body. And notice what's happening in your body. So now you can stay out of your thoughts. You can let your journal just be off to the side. You can stay in your body and notice what's happening in your body right now. That's right. And put one finger physically on the most intense part. That's right. That's right. And notice the most intense part of the most intense part. Staying out of your thoughts. Yeah, angst. Awesome, feeling lighter sincerely. So I'm looking at all the comments, but yeah, just go into your body. Now is your time. And notice what's happening in your body. And stay present to that. Staying out of your thoughts, staying in your body. That's right. Notice the most intense part of the most intense part. And stay present to that. That's right. You're doing great. That's right. And use your finger to follow the most intense part of the most intense part. Focus even more deeply. That's right. On the most intense part of the most intense part. Staying out of story. You're not trying to fix it. You're not trying to understand it. You're not doing Reiki. You're not doing matrix stuff. You're just noticing what's happening right now in that one spot. And it might move, it might go away, it might come back, it might come back in another spot. Just bring your focus intently on what's happening in your body right now. That's right. That's right. You got this. That's right. Stay out of your thoughts. Stay in your body. See if you can go even more intently, deeply into the epicenter of whatever that is. That's right. See if you can touch the most intense part of the most intense part and stay present to that. That's right. You're doing great. That's right. That's right. Staying out of labels, staying out of judging it, staying out of calling it anything. That's right. You're doing great. Stay with it. You're not trying to make it go away. You're not trying to understand it. You're just noticing it. That's right. That's right. That's right. Notice what's happening in your body right now. You're doing great. The magic of this is to notice the epicenter of it, the most intense part of the most intense part, and follow it wherever it is, wherever it goes, whatever it does. That's it. And stay with it, whatever it is. At some point, it's going to go away or be done, but you're not trying to make it go away. That's right. Yeah, you got this. So what happens is we've got our vision. So just keep on it while I talk, just to give you your mind something to think about. But stay with it. Stay with it. Stay into that spot. Yesterday you had the vision. So you can keep adding to it, and like what you dream, what do you want? And then go notice what's happening in your body. That's right. And today you wrote down, and you'll write more of like, oh, how are you going to do it? What's the plan? And are you actually going to do the plan? When you think of it, are you going to commit to it and say, okay, I'm actually going to do it? And then are you going to schedule it in? So it's like, okay, it's at 2:00 today. I'm doing this thing. And when you think of the plan, the work, the stuff you'd actually have to do to get the thing that you so much desire, when you think of the work, does it bring up any angst? And for most of us, it does. And then you do this technique. And so that's what you're doing for this next 24 hours, if you like, is you think of the work to do, you actually write it down, you actually start to do it, and you spend some time noticing what you're noticing in your body and staying present to what's happening in your body. And then you start to do your work, get it done, do it. And at some point, doing the work or thinking of doing the work or You might bring up some angst, and you go inside your body and you notice, where is that? And you sit with it. At some point it'll be done. Then you actually go do the work. If the thought of doing the work or the actions of doing the work cause angst, you go inside your body and you notice, where is that? And you notice it. At some point it'll be done. And then you actually go do the work. And the next day you write down, here's the one thing I need to do. Maybe two, maybe three things most, at the most. And if they bring up any angst, here's what you do. What's happening in your body? Where is it? Stay really present to that. That's right. That's right. You're doing great. And then use this recording over and over again. If you're on the Zoom, then you're going to get an email in just a little bit with the link for tomorrow and the replay for this one. It's on our Beyond Limits YouTube. So you can go to Beyond Limits with Ralph Havens and subscribe and click the little bell icon. And you'll know exactly when we're on. But you can also, of course, join on an email list, and then you get that directly in your email. So you can be on the Zoom. That's it. So send me emails. Let me know how it's going. Let me know, anything you want to tell me about your vision, but you don't have to. You can keep it in your heart. Let me know how it's going, committing, making a decision to do your plan, to actually do it. And then whenever the plan causes angst, to go inside your body and notice where it is and sit with it and notice it, follow it. That's it. And then when it's done, you go actually do the plan. And at any step that you have angst about it, or procrastination shows up, or you just don't want to put it out to the world because it's not perfect yet, or something else, some fear, or it's like, who am I to do this thing shows up, you go notice where it is in your body and you just notice it. There you go. You're doing great. You're doing great. So you're doing it. You guys are doing it. You're doing it because you made the commitment. You're up early. If you're on the West Coast, you're up at whatever time you are. If you're way over in Slovakia or, UK or the Midwest, East Coast, India. You've made the commitment to do this, and I'm telling you, this process is big. It's big. So you've already made the decision to let's do something here and shift some stuff and make things happen and heal some stuff, heal old stuff. Yeah. You're already doing this. You do this. Now you're putting that extra level in of saying, okay, well, here's my plan. Here's how I'm going to do it. And then you're going inside your body every day and noticing what it brings up. The fear of well, I think I'm supposed to move. It's like, well, when you think of moving, does it bring up any fear? And where is the feeling in the body? Well, I think I'm supposed to do this thing, but it makes me kind of nervous. Great. Where is that in your body? Go sit with that. And then go do the thing. it brings up more angst, go sit with that. There you go. You guys are doing really, really good. Really good. So we definitely went 20 minutes. I love hanging out with you guys. You guys are really amazing. Some nausea, yeah. So what happens if something icky shows up? Like, oh God, this brought up nausea or despair or sadness. That's wonderful because it was in you and now it's coming out. And so you just sit with it. So sit with it. And email me. Let me know if you have any questions. If you're on Facebook or YouTube, put comments, but really just go email me, get on my list and email me. I check it at least once a day at the end of the day. So you're doing great. So yesterday was your vision. You've got it written down. Today was your plan. And you're going inside and you're noticing what it's bringing up in you when you think of actually doing your plan. And you're sitting with the feeling and sit with it for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour, a few times a day. At some point, it's going to be done being felt. And then notice how it feels to go do your plan. And then we'll do the next part tomorrow. There's 5 parts to this thing. So join us every day. You're welcome, you guys. You're welcome, Tessa. I really appreciate you. Bala, Mike, Katie, Katika, Melanie, everybody that's watching later. I know a lot of you and I can feel your work and you're doing great work. And this stuff will work. This stuff works. So go ahead and do these 2 parts. Use this recording over and over again. I'll see you tomorrow. Short, but I promised 20 minutes and I'm probably over now. So, all right, you guys, I'm sending an email.